What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as you tune in. Check out the content. And with that being said, man, I wanna play some audio of Jaylen Brown giving much respect to Cooper Flagg, right? And a lot of times you can tell like how good a player is, like if a player is legit when his peers shout him out, right? Because it's different when your coach, pump you up or the media pump you up. That's one thing, right? Because sometimes those people have an agenda. They got a vested interest. But when your peers, somebody who play for another team, shout you out and give you big ups, that's to me that I think that's the ultimate in respect, right? Because they know. And Jaylen Brown really big up this guy Cooper Flagg, man. And I've been saying from day one, once I saw Cooper Flagg in college and I just saw his how he scored and his shot selection, I knew that this kid was going to be legit. And then so once Dallas drafted him, and then I saw him go to he's going to be on the same court with Anthony Davis, Kyrie Irving, and then somebody else they got down there. But and I'm thinking, I was like, well, that's cool. So he don't really have to be the man from day one. But then, Kyrie haven't been there. Anthony Davis, I think, only played like 29 games since he's been a Dallas Maverick. So then I was like, all right, well, now it's going to be like a learning curve for him. But this kid, man, um, even though the team is going through some things, he just, I mean, he just really been getting better from day one. I mean, every time he get out on the court, it just looked like he's getting more and more comfortable with playing at this league, at this level, and some of the things I see him doing right now as a rookie, man, it's just crazy. I think he's still like 19 years old, you know, and he don't fall in love with that 3 pointer. He's he his mid-range game is just crazy. He played defense, which is crazy. And like I said, for Jaylen Brown, who a lot of people around the league respect, because Jaylen Brown play at both ends. And so if Jaylen Brown says that you are that, you that dude, then you that dude. I think he's gonna be honest either way. Just like Jaylen Brown was overheard saying that Bronny James was not um that Bronny James wasn't a professional basketball player. Like, he not that deal, right? And he took some flack for that. But it just proves that, he could be honest both ways. Like, if you that deal, he gonna give you your props. He gonna give you your respect. But if you not, he also gonna be honest about the situation, right? So I'm gonna play some audio from Jaylen Brown, man, and he gonna tell about he's talking about Cooper Flagg, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna give some more of my input.
Flagg, which by the way, we played them last week. My boy is him. He got my respect for sure. He can hoop.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Coop, he
Yeah.
was
He
that's
scored 30 on us on all floaters.
yeah, right
Like
hand, left hand.
floaters, left hand, right hand at the cup, made the game look easy for a 19-year-old. Spectacular. Cooper Flagg.
So just listen to what he said, right? To to be able to, like, and floaters are not an easy shot, especially for somebody who's shorter. It's easier to get the hang of that to shoot the floaters, right? But I think Cooper Flagg is at least like 6'8", 6'9", and for him to be able to shoot floaters and put them at an arc, whereas though his shot can't be blocked, that is crazy, man. And like you said, 19 years old, like, most of the time it take you years to be able to perfect that shot. People think it look easy, but you could work on that floater, man, for years and not really get the hang of it. And then and what Jason said, uh, um, what Jaylen said, my fault. What Jaylen said is he doing it with his left hand and his right hand, right? And like it's just not an easy shot, you know. he knows when to pull up and shoot the floater. He know when to go to the hub, all the way to the cup. And I think the challenge though is going to be able to put the right talent around him. Just like what Detroit did. I would love to see that, man. What Detroit did with Cade Cunningham. Put some dudes around that's going to be some tough defenders, you know, and that's going to, allow him to operate with, give him that freedom of movement on the court because now teams are going to get to the point where they want to, if he having success, we just going to get physical with him and we're going to beat him up. Right. And so if you can't beat him up or get physical with him with his guys coming back at you and getting physical with you, then, that'll be a problem for him. But right now, and I think he's a tough kid anyway, right? I already see that in him. So he's a tough kid, just like Cade Cunningham. And the thing about it, he taller than Cade Cunningham. I think Cade Cunningham is like 6'7", 6'8". This kid, like I said, he's at least 6'9", 6'10". And so that's what I want Dallas to do, man. Because if once Dallas put the right team around, the right the defenders around him, then some shooters. Don't let him worry about shooting at that three, but put some shooters around him, man. The NBA is just getting crazy. It's getting crazy, and I got like within the next couple of years, I just think they just gonna put some talent around this guy and just ride him all the way to the to the playoffs to a championship. He has that kind of talent for somebody who's 19 years old. But you know, um, it's just about putting the right people around him and getting him some help. Let me see. Did Jaylen say anything else?
Flagg, which by the way, we played them last week. My boy is him. He got my respect for sure. He can hoop.
Nah, yeah, for sure. Cool.
He scored 30 on us on all floaters.
Yeah.
Like
right hand, left hand.
Floaters, left hand, right hand at the cup, made the game look easy for a 19-year-old. Spectacular.
See, man, that's what I thought once Anthony Davis got hurt and then they traded Anthony Davis, I just said, all right. Well, even before they traded him, like I said, he was missing so much time. I said, wow, this might be too much pressure on him too soon. That might just take him a little bit longer to develop. Like he had, man, this kid out there having the time of his life, and he not ducking nobody, man. He playing good against teams that, that play really good defense. Like the Celtics are a tough defensive team. Then I seen him play against the Spurs, man. He played good against the Spurs. He played good against the Rockets. I didn't see him play against OKC, but I mean, if anybody who's playing defense, he just not missing a beat. He's getting his shot. He can score from different places, so he's getting his shot, and then he's still playing defense. So, like I said, man, it's just all about putting the right talent around this guy. Man, putting some people around him that is going to be physical. Some people around him that can knock down some shots, and yeah, Dallas, man, just got their future is bright because this kid is the real deal, man. I'm looking forward to watching. And then the crazy thing about it is he only 19 years old. I don't know. By the time he get 25, I don't know what you're gonna be able to do with him personally. Like on that, it's just crazy, man. So I got him and Wembanyama, man, just going at each other for years. Also the kid at OKC, Shea. I got them, all those guys, man, just going at each other in the West too. Man, let me see, Şengün. I like Şengün in Houston. Houston got I don't know how much longer Kevin Durant gonna be there, but I like Şengün and I like that Thomas kid. And so that West just gonna be in the West. It's just like it's like murderer's row. You know what I mean? That it's just tough over there in that West, man. And so yeah, man, I thought that was cool for Jaylen Brown, to acknowledge. I mean, and you really don't have a choice but to be honest. But I didn't expect anything less from Jaylen Brown, man. If you're the real deal, your peers will let you know. And this kid is the real deal. So that's my that's my take on it. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And with that being said, man, I'm gonna check y'all out in the next video. Peace.